Well, that kind of population explosion is what the Nigerian city of Lagos is now preparing for. As one of the world's fastest growing megacities, Lagos is being hailed as an investment mecca, even drawing former US President Bill Clinton to sing its praises. So how is the city managing such extraordinary growth? And is everyone there happy with the way it's going? Dateline's Yara Melham travelled to Lagos to find out.
The popular Abule Road Junction, gradually wearing a new look with the construction of a dual-carriage flyover bridge. This road junction was home to a motor park, filling stations, commercial banks and eateries. But now it's more.
This is Lagos in the not-too-distant future.
In terms of return on investment, I don't know of any other place that's better than Lagos now.
Lagos will become the financial hub for the continent of Africa.
Secure, and then to reclaim from the sea land that was lost, and plan a city and give Lagos a new skyline, a new hub, and to replace Nigeria back into the world's map as a destination point.
They have reclaimed 5 million square meters of land from the sea. They have built the beginnings of this amazing wall, an ingenious engineering feat.
This is what former US President Bill Clinton is referring to, the so-called Great Wall of Lagos. A barrier 8.5 kilometers long that Eco-Atlantic claims will prevent coastal erosion and keep the affluent Victoria Island safe from flooding and climate-related events.
Growth is directly proportional to the housing deficit. Cannot meet the desperate need.
But are people able to own homes?
Many have cited the greed involved in getting accommodation in cities like Lagos, especially as an excellent example of the extent to which corruption has eaten deep into the psyche of
roads, drainages and all of that housing required.
Yeah. Government policies need to be
subtle in problem solving.
Governor Kiwumi Ambode came up with 2 pedestrian bridges, slip roads and laybys to decongest the traffic.
Layby at both sides of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway.
The beauty of Burger Bus Stop at night is highlighted by these street lights. Thousands of Lagos residents go about their normal activities without any hassle. They know that security officials at the Lagos State government have got their back. Adedoja, Salam Adeni, TVC News, Lagos.
biggest civil engineering projects, creating 8,000 square meters of new land every day. The 3.5-kilometer long construction behind me has been dubbed the Great Wall of Lagos, and it's just one of the reasons why. The Eco-Atlantic City project has been developed to meet two of the needs of Lagos State's Victoria Island: space creation and vital protection from the ever-encroaching shoreline. Now, as the project reaches its halfway stage, we find out what this milestone means to the development and what to expect next. Work on it.
built on a vast area of land reclaimed from the ocean along the coast of Victoria Island in Lagos, Nigeria. More than 6.5 million square meters have so far been recovered from the sea, with an eventual footprint spreading across 10 square kilometers. The bold vision it represents is uncompromising: to become the future financial capital of Africa. Developed with skill and dedication, Eco The making of this remarkable city began in 2006, when the developers and city planners, South Energex Nigeria Limited, a subsidiary of the Shiguri Group, was granted permission to build a preliminary sea wall to protect Victoria Island from flooding. But Lagos state governors saw the merit in going much further than that. They implemented an ingenious idea to overcome 100 years of severe coastal erosion while building a new city on reclaimed land at the same time.
This is an opportunity to create a new and economically friendly environment, and Lagosians, Nigerians generally are people of very, very exotic taste.
The Great Wall is an 8.5 kilometers long sea barrier, the backbone and guardian of Eco Atlantic. Elaborate testing of its structural design was carried out to the highest standards in Europe. Precise scale modelling proved that the wall could withstand the worst storms expected in 1,000 years. The landfill behind the Great Wall is built up from a mixture of sand and water, which is harvested from the seabed and pumped into target areas, creating about 8,000 square meters of new land every day at full capacity. Not only that, the land self-compacts, making it ideal for construction. In early 2013, at the halfway stage of land reclamation, Eco Atlantic was praised by the former presidents of Nigeria and the United States of America.
The project is a great example of partnership to transform land lost to erosion into a delightful ocean city.
Believing Eco Atlantic has it all. But it's not until you actually set foot on the solid ground here that the enormity of what's already been achieved can be fully understood and appreciated from all perspectives. Indeed, Eco Atlantic's There's so much more to Eco Atlantic than creating top-class and much-needed residential, tourist and business space in one of the world's fastest-growing cities. Strategically, Eco Atlantic's smart planning connects all neighbourhoods with major transport routes. Throughout the city, modern and efficient public transport will be integrated with the Lagos waterways to ensure free-flowing movement. An independent water supply, power grid and sewage network in the city's internal waterway system is also taking shape. Preliminary work is substantially complete, meaning that the release of water into the canals is already being planned and prepared. The Azuri Peninsula development is situated in the elegant Marina district and combines the tranquility of the waterfront alongside a sophisticated, pedestrian-friendly centre. The heart of this exclusive yachting marina will be its community. The residents, the businesses based here, and of course the visitors and tourists who will be able to enjoy the best of coastal attractions. At the main entrance to Eco Atlantic lies Eco Energy Estate, which is setting a new standard for residential developments tailor-made for the energy sector. Even as it grows, Eco Atlantic has sprung into life through groundbreaking social and sporting events. Africa's first ever beach polo tournament was born here and drew large crowds to the signature tournament. Eco Atlantic hosts the Lagos Marathon and is now an annual fixture for Copa Lagos, the popular televised international beach soccer tournament watched by millions. As Echo Atlantic reaches out to more and more Nigerians, so too does its reputation and appeal for investment and commercial.
Important roles in the economic development of our communities. The more the road, the larger the commercial.
Echo Atlantic saw its very first residential tower officially opened and occupied. Called the Black Pearl, it's one of a cluster of 5 magnificent buildings. The first jewel in the Echo Atlantic crown, standing at 24 floors, offering a luxurious lifestyle and investment by Echo Pearl Development.
The Echo Atlantic project, portends to provide over 350,000 jobs when completed. Beyond the fact that it's going to grow the GDP of Lagos, it only means that other investors will draw from the confidence that the investors have put in that project to continue to grow the economy of Lagos.
Not least for investors in Africa's preeminent development project, which is destined to become a crucial part of Nigeria's drive to become a global top 20 economy. If seeing is...
Roads were picked in each of the 57 local councils in the state. This became a historic milestone because it was the first of its kind by any state government in Nigeria. Alakpere-Agboyi Road was chosen to provide a lasting solution to the challenges of vehicular movement at Alakpere Junction. Besides, a new public infrastructure to make life easier for the residents arrived the community. Traffic along the Ikorodu road access will be easier as the rebuilt road provided alternatives.
The story of Lagos is more or less the story of the black race.
Like for example, those that have had their houses demolished and their fences demolished, to an extent we've, and their soakaways, those that have their soakaways on the right of way, we didn't say because they don't have the proper documentations and things like that. We never said that. So what we did was to make sure that we gave those we can give the materials to erect a new one. Fine, we gave to them. Those that we could erect a new one for, we did that one too. So that has really brought in the kind of relationship that we expect between ourselves and the community.
We spoke with one of them.
More assist you with the materials because also affect soccer way. That we develop soccer way. Now for now materials, cement, log, and then do the concrete of the soccer way for us.
And in line with Governor Akiumi Ambodi's promise of engaging members of the communities, 40% of the workforce was
road network. Now we have it. I can virtually see smiles on pedestrians' face, commending this great innovation. They can't get enough. I practically feel like I'm in America right now because of the beautiful land markings. We can see now there's a beautiful tunnel that leads to Olowora. That tunnel looks like you're right in New York City, I must tell you.
The knowledge used. So I pray God will continue to strengthen him, because since he came on board, Lagos State has been in another phase. Another phase has entered Lagos State in general. I could talk of this new bridge opened at Bega, the one at Ekoro, Lekki. Everywhere is a new face in Lagos State. Go on, Governor Ambode.
Local councils in the state. To some, it was just a political promise as usual, but by August 2016, not one but all the roads were ready for commissioning in the various local government areas and local council development areas. This represents a feat never to be achieved by any administration, not just in Lagos State, but Nigeria in just one area.
The deal also includes the provision of about 500 jobs and the construction of a LED lighting and hybrid energy power assembly plant in Ekpe. It is estimated at 2.52 billion naira. Low Energy Designs Limited is greatly honored to collaborate with the state government to deliver the project.
This facility will offer groundbreaking testing, training and education programs
of Wall Street lighting, installation, management.
Walking in Lagos communities at night is a sight to behold. A whole lot of construction is ongoing to give credence to it as an emerging mega city. Downturn of the Nigerian economy has hampered the effectiveness of most state governments in carrying out its functions. The case is slightly different in Lagos State.
The centrepiece of the booming new Lagos is this audacious privately funded project to build a brand new city that quite literally rises from the Atlantic.
Echo Atlantic in total is 10 square kilometres. We project 250,000 permanent residents and a further 150,000 who will be commuting on a daily basis. 10 square kilometres is not a small area. It's bigger than most towns.
Eco Atlantic is reclaiming thousands of acres of land lost to sea erosion by building on sand dredged from the ocean floor.
The main city, all the infrastructure, the roads, the utility services and everything that goes to make the footprint of the city will be completed by the end of 2019.
Land is a very valuable commodity in Lagos, and this multi-billion-dollar project will have approximately 7 million square metres of it to sell.